Yes. Bleach, paint thinner, clean till blood.
Teresa's friend Kim says when she heard the details about Teresa's final moments, she was heartbroken.
I remember crying and just how angry she was, who she was, and how I
Will each of these defendants involved in rape, torture, abuse?
Not so fast. Nancy looked into his statements. Just before he was trial, the judge dismissed the rape charge against him. Didn't allow any of those allegations about Avery's treatment of women, saying that he didn't know anything about Teresa's murder. Avery was never charged or assaulted his ex-fiancée, but with great impunity. To this day, he denies all the allegations. These handcuffs and shackles. No evidence ever linked them to Teresa. Still, in the spring of 2007, juries in separate trials convicted both Cassie and Avery of murdering Teresa. They were each sentenced to 2 years in prison for a crime they seemed like Avery had something that ended. Years ago, and their entire team in the hot seat. Did they plant evidence? Sure they did.
Was Stephen Avery framed?
Is it possible that that blood could have been planted?
A lead investigator answers allegations for the first time.
Did you have any kind of vendetta against Stephen Avery?
Absolutely not. When Dateline continues.
Well, hello. How are you today? I've been watching your makeup videos today. You always look pretty. Girl, what do you do with all that makeup? You have such a wonderful variety of makeup. And by the way, how's your husband doing? How are you doing?
Worse than I've ever seen. It's people in power who want to control everything. Well, I say no.
You making supper? What are you making?
Yes to freedom of speech.
I just uploaded my video. I've been making tofu.
Please join us.
And I made tofu squash, tofu stir fry, and then for the third time I made tofu chicken nuggets. I kid you not, tastes just like chicken. I couldn't believe it myself. So what are you cooking?
For just $19 a month, only 63 cents a day, you can become a guardian of labor and help protect all the rights promised us by the U.S. Constitution. Make no mistake, this move to ban books is a coordinated attack
Thank you.
on students' right to learn. This is a clear violation of free speech.
Baked chicken. What kind of size are you making with it?
It is so
That sounds good.
now more than ever.
So please call or go
And how's your hubby?
ACLU.org.
I know Elizabeth is fine because I saw her out there playing with the pups. I know she's good. How are you holding up?
And more.
I need for you to come up here and do my makeup. I really do.
All 50 states
You have such a wonderful variety of makeup, and it just looks so relaxing. I love makeup. Salad, yes. Okay, I know. I know.
Go online to myACLU.
All right. Baked chicken and salad. That's delicious. That's good to me.
Surprising revelations and a search for justice on true crimes.
So how's he doing and how are you doing? I know this is probably delayed on here.
nourishes our spirits and brings us together because we all need nutritious food to thrive.
food gives me energy and it also helps me focus.
But not everyone knows where
Shadows by
that
Boss.
is coming from. And
Mm.
1 in 7 people in America face hunger. It's tougher than ever.
Well, maybe one day you can do my makeup for me.
Truth is, ending hunger is
I used to, well, on Sundays, for church. And if I'm going somewhere, then I'll put on my lashes and, of course I got 1,000 wigs, but I used to never be seen without makeup. True story. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wow. Skin grafts. Okay, that's all right. That means he's getting better and healing. So thank the Lord. He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
You can see the difference when you
And you're such a good wife.
witness everything. Please call the number
Thank you for being a wonderful wife. You're such an amazing woman and mother and wife. You truly are. So I'm just praying for you because you're a good woman, good wife and mother. So hang in there. Hang in there. Keep doing. You know your husband is lucky. That's all I'm gonna say. So keep on hanging in there and doing what you're doing. God is well pleased with you. I need for you to come do my makeup. You know, I was saying that I used to never be seen without my makeup. True story. If I was to call my family member on the three-way right now and say, you know, what did you never see me without? It was so bad. I used to sleep in my makeup. True story. I loved makeup. Oh, 50 pounds. Ooh wee. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Well. Praise the Lord. 50 pounds. That's a lot. Praise the Lord. All right. May the Lord continue it on so he get better and better. And like I said, you're an amazing wife and mother. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I knew he would be all right. That's a lot of weight to lose. 50 pounds? Lord have mercy. See there, God always does it. God is so good. Well. Well, continue on and continue on. And that baked chicken and salad sounds so good. I made a apple and zucchini salad yesterday. I actually put up a video today. Just say if you having your Thanksgiving or gonna go to take a side dish to a Thanksgiving thing at work or something and you don't want to cook. I made a zucchini and apple salad and it's so good. You know, even children would like it. Check that out if you get a chance. But yeah, I need for you to do my makeup. I love makeup. Once my daughter passed away, I kind of let myself go. And I have a million wigs. I'm a wig girl. I love my wigs. And I have so much makeup. And I'm the only lady in my family that wears makeup. Believe it or not. I can't believe it. I'm the only one. But I love makeup. I always have. Makeup and hair and lashes and all that. And my youngest sister wears lashes. Well, my niece wears lashes, but they don't wear makeup. You know, like facial makeup and eyeshadow and all that. But honey, I used to be a makeup connoisseur, and I'm getting back into it though. Now my wigs, yes, I've got to have my wigs on. I love my wigs and my lashes. But like during the week, like normally I would never go without makeup. Like I would have to get up, put on a full-fledged makeup, powder, eyeshadow, lashes, lip gloss, lipstick, a second layer. But once my daughter passed away, I lost my desire. But I started getting back into it. Like, you know, when I do my Sunday sermon notes, oh, I definitely have on my makeup. But I really enjoy it. To me, it's an enhancement, and I think it's pretty. And I used to look at the Ethiopian women and the Babylonian women back in the day. And like when I was growing up, you know, my mother, you know, she didn't like for us to wear makeup. She's like, you're beautiful naturally. And what I did, I snuck off to school, and my friends, you know, had lip gloss, lipstick. And so they would give me some of theirs. And one day I got home from school, and I still had on some, and my mother said, Go take your bath and come down here. Let's talk. I was like, oh, okay. I know my grades were fine. I forgot I had that dang on lipstick still on. You said my mom just wears blush, bronzer, lipstick. That's it. Maybe tinted. She was a hippie. Hippies, you know what though? Now you're beautiful, naturally. Now, I do know one thing about hippies because I'm of the age of your mother, I'm sure. Naturally beautiful back then. You didn't have to wear no bunch of makeup. You know, the skin was porcelain clear. You know, back then we took pride in keeping ourselves clean and clear. Not that we don't do now, but things was just different. The environment was different. And let me tell you something. I grew up in the hippie days, so I know. And like I said, I know that you're very attractive naturally, so I know your mom is probably already naturally beautiful. She has to be, because you're a product of her. She didn't probably need nothing on. I know back in the day, like, I didn't have to wear it, but I liked it. It wasn't that I needed it. I just liked the way it looked. I liked that red lip, you know, that pink lip, that extra gloss, that blue eyeshadow. We wore blue. We wore electric blue back then. But when I was sneaking and wearing it, you know, the extra long mascara, you know, all that. And, you know, when I got caught that day with the leftover remnants of the makeup, my mom called me out. You know, she said, go take a bath and let's talk. And then she said, we're going to go over to the next town because where we live, they didn't sell makeup, you know, for what I needed. And that Saturday, we went to the next town over, and she bought me the, I asked what popular. She said blue eyeshadow, see? Honey, we wore that electric blue. But also, we had a blue eyeliner, which has come back into style. Kendall Jenner or Kylie Jenner. Well, both of them are pretty girls. One of them has endorsed one of the electric blues from, I think it's Maybelline or L'Oreal. I'm not sure. But honey, we used to wear that electric blue, and you would put that on the top of your eyes and line under your eyes, and then put that blue eyeshadow on with a little silver on top, and you thought you were amazing. But yes, my mom took me the next town over, and she got me the whole skin collection. Because, you know, back then, and it is still is now about your skin. It was about having a beautiful skin. You know, natural, beautiful porcelain skin. And porcelain skin, you know, just meant, hey, no blemishes, no nothing, just porcelain like a China doll. You know, just beautiful skin. And that's what my mom did. She took me and took me over to the next town over, and she got me the whole makeup product line. It was called Fashion Fair. First we did Mary Kay Cosmetics. Still amazing products. We did the Mary Kay, but then some of the products, you know, I have oily skin. So my mom was like, well, we're going to need a little bit more, something different. So we were doing the Mary Kay, which I still love Mary Kay. We went to Fashion Fair and got the products, and honey, I ain't never stopped. So, you know what was so great about it? Once my mom saw that, you know, I was, you know, experimenting with makeup, she didn't scold me. She did tell me she didn't like it. And by this time, I was like 16 years old. So she was like, well, you know, your dad doesn't want you to wear it either. But, you know, since it's not that bad, we want to teach you the right way. And that's when my dad, you know, told her, well, hey, you know, take her and get her some makeup the right way. Got me the cleansing products. And to this day, I can go in here right now in my bathroom and show you some Mary Kay products that are absolutely amazing. Now, the Fashion Fair, they stopped making that, so it's kind of hard to find that. They don't even sell it online, but that's an amazing product, too, for, you know, like women of color, and that's brown, light brown, medium brown, dark brown. beautiful colors. So like, even if you have a tan, or just say like a light skinned Hispanic woman, light skinned black woman, or Caucasian woman with a tan, or like I said, Kylie and Kendall Jenner, the colors with Fashion Fair, they even have peach colors, and that's the thing that my mom liked about it back in the day, because with African Americans, we come in all different colors. We can be light beige. You said I was really into Mary Kay back into 2010s. Oh wow. I'm gonna get through walking my bathroom and show you what my mother got me recently. True story. But back in the day, the Fashion Fair line, even the Mary Kay was like, if you had peach, no, if you had light beige, if you had light beige, very fair complected, like Irish, real Irish skin, um, it covered everything from A to Z. Hey, I'm gonna get him go in my bathroom. Let's go. I'm gonna show you my Fashion Fair, not Fashion Fair now. Some of my Mary Kay. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. Maybe you can see that. Let me put my hand. This is all my Mary Kay cosmetics. I don't know if it's showing or not because I done turned the camera the other way and it's bright in here. But look at everything. That's the cleansers. So pretty. I don't think it's showing, but anyways, there it is. But yes, Mary Kay, still wearing it. Whew.
Give me one word to describe Len Kitchensky.
But I enjoyed, you said I don't know why I stopped buying it, but got really busy working. Oh, well, that's okay. That's okay. Well, I'm glad that you stopped by tonight. Glad to hear from you. Glad that you're okay. Glad that your husband is okay. We know Elizabeth and the pups are okay. We had proof of that today when I watched it. So that's, a good thing. Really good thing. And like I said, I'm very proud of you. And, you know. Oh, no. You did move? No, wait. Last time you said you was thinking about a tiny house. So is it too much for me to ask where y'all moved to? Did you move to like just a smaller place or closer to your mom's ranch, or like where did you end up moving to? And is it much better? Is it more relief? Is it more comfortable, more affordable, closer to doctors? I mean, that kind of stuff, or just the right thing to do at this time? You don't have to answer all that. That's just how my mind works.
Police officers took advantage of a disabled youth and got him to say what they wanted him to say. Oh, I know it's not okay. My house was hurt or something.
Okay. Nothing to do with a move. I got you. Okay. I got you now. I was asking that because I know the last time I had watched your video. No, that's okay. No, that was me the last time in regards to a move. It was in regards to like, moving to a tiny house maybe. So that's still in my mind. So now I get it now. With the Mary Kay consultants too, like for me, well, my mother gets it. And I also have a lady that goes to my church. But my mother always surprises me, and she gets me every product they have. If it's 10 new things, cleansers, um, whatever you want to call it, whatever is out, she gets the whole shenanigan. So I'm very grateful, to God and my mom, because she always gives me the full thing, and that's what my mom is about. She's like, well, you can put on makeup and look beautiful, But if your skin is not healthy, it doesn't matter. She says it's about what you look like afterwards. Yeah, expensive everywhere. But I did get that confused with the move. When you said moving, I thought about moving like, you had talked about before. But I get you now. Moving as far as like, losing your makeup consultant. I got it. Well, I'm not going to be on here too long. I got back into the knack of going to bed early, and now I can't break the habit. And with the time change, it makes it feel like I need to go on and go to bed. You know what the thing about the tiny homes? Storage space. I used to think I could live in a tiny home, and then after I looked at several, I just said, well, the storage would be an issue. And I know it would be. Because where I live now, I went from living in, I was married, then living in a big home. And where I live now is still a large sized dwelling. I'm going to say it like that. And even when people come over for the first time, they're like, oh wow, how many bedrooms do you have? And I'll leave that to be the secret, because the way that it is, it's huge. It's amazing. I'm going to tell the truth. It is like it's like a house in here. But it's not considered a house, sitting on land. But, when I went from getting a divorce and left my home, with front yard, backyard, extra space, room for my daughter to come in from college, and 2 more rooms too, and another room, just excessive space, to tell the truth. But, that's just the way it was. And now, like I said, where I'm living, sometimes I don't even realize how blessed I am, and until somebody comes over and they're like, wow, how many bedrooms do you have? And I'm like, So it's still a very spacious place. I'll say that, a spacious place. It's just, for me, I'm used to living, I'll say this, I'm used to living like pulling up into my own piece of, land and space, with a garage and huge front yard, huge fenced in backyard, all that. But I'm very grateful to still have a roof over my head. And like I said, where I'm living now is very spacious. Very spacious. So I'm grateful and thankful. And I tell you what, you don't think about how blessed you are until, you have the threat of leaving it. Because when I first moved here after I got, through a divorce, I was like, oh Lord, I can't wait to move back out into my own home, and my backyard could plant me some fruit trees and a garden and da da da. But then when I got the threat of losing it, I said, oh Lord, I'm sorry, Lord. Forgive me. And I'm serious. After my daughter passed away, and then I got sick. Well, first went through the divorce, then my daughter passed away, then I got sick. And could not move from where I'm living now. Because my main thing was like, I got to get out of here. I gotta move. I can't wait to get back and da da da. And then God had to humble me all the way down. And when I, like I said, lost my daughter, that broke me. That messed up my finances, because I couldn't go to work most of the time. I would try to go to work, but I would be so mentally ill. Like I would sit on the side of the bed and cry. And then, or I would get to work and break down and be crying, and they would send me home. And finally, they terminated me. Never been terminated from a job in my life. Never. But, they, just basically told me, hey, we understand what you're going through. We really don't, but, you got to go see about yourself. And they were right. They were right. Well, you know what? I don't want nobody to imagine it because my daughter was 33 when she passed away. So I had birth to her. I always gave the birth story. On my channel, I've given a birth story of having my daughter naturally. I didn't have no C-section or nothing. I gave birth to her naturally, and I thought I was going to die doing childbirth, along with the other women in the hospital. And, like I said, I put the time in it, but, it was so worth it. And then just to see her as a little tiny baby, then to see her as 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old in elementary with no daycare, elementary, on up to a college, and then a 33-year-old woman. And the thing is, while you live in your life, you don't realize it. But God is so good to me that right before my daughter passed away, actually, no, I don't want to say that. That's too much information. Because there's another part to this story that nobody knows about. And when the time comes, I'll tell, maybe, and I'll show it. And you probably wouldn't believe me if I told you. It's a whole journey that, all I can say is it's a whole journey, but God has blessed me. And it happened at a time that, as my child passed away, all I can say is that the Lord did some things. And one day I started to tell it before, but I don't like to talk about it. But I know I've been blessed. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and share a little bit tonight. At the time my daughter passed away, she was trying to have a child.
And there were instances that we did ask him specifically about things, yes.
And all I'm going to say is,
Can we take that as a reliable answer, given how it was spoon-fed to him?
There's not even arguing no.
all I'm going to say is,
The entirety of the interview, I would say, yes.
And as for that other moment that has angered so many
her friend, my daughter ended up freezing her eggs. My daughter's friend,
any regrets about that?
after my daughter passed away, my daughter's friend
There's always things that you can
had my first grandchild.
personality that we had to talk to them and ask.
So I have
Certain questions
a grandson.
What do you say to
His name is Messiah.
part of this big discussion
He's
about
absolutely beautiful.
who were yelling at
And now
because they didn't like the job that you did?
I have 9-month-old twin grandsons, Legendary and Jazeer, my daughter's friend, carried the babies.
But even Fassbender wonders if everything Yassi said in the confession was true.
So I basically went through losing my daughter, but then gaining a grandson that my daughter's friend carried the baby. And now got 9-month-old. Well, they just turned 9 months on the 14th. They were born on Valentine's Day.
Yassi's attorneys, Judge William Duffett, ruled
I have a
that
whole
Yassi's
story.
confession was involuntary. With that, the judge overturned his
All I can
confession
say is by the
and
grace of
Yassi
God.
could be released from prison. What was that like for you hearing
Yes,
that news?
yes.
mixed emotions. I
If you look down at my channel, you'll see when Messiah was born. And I said, guess what, everybody? I have a surprise. It's even a picture of Messiah on my channel. And now I have, well, they turned 9 months old today. Nope, tomorrow. Tomorrow's the 14th. 9-month-old twins.
The Wisconsin Attorney General
Grandchildren.
believes Brendan was involved in Teresa's murder. He appealed the judge's order for release, asking a full
So my daughter's legacy is living on.
in September of 2017 that requested
I just wish she was here.
the Seventh Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals.
But the thing is,
whether Dassey's
when I spend time,
9 weeks later, the seven
I'm going to be honest, I've only spent time with my grandson, not the twins yet.
meaning the young man
But when I spent time with my grandson, when I touched his hand, like, we have Cherokee Indian in us.
continued to fight for his
We have warm blood in our veins. So when you touch our hands, we're really warm. And when that child came through this door, even though I had seen him as a baby, and then he got bigger, and the last time that I just saw him, which was literally 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, when he came through that door and grabbed my hand, oh my God, it was total confirmation. And I just said, God, your blood is so strong. And when I touched that baby's hands, I said, oh my God.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency.
When I say amazing,
Paying debt to the IRS can have serious
and Messiah is so funny. He has, now, people tell me that I'm funny, I'm hilarious. They told me I should have been a comedian.
your bank account sees
They tell me that my daughter's father, you know, that I was married to, should have been a comedian. My daughter was funny. Y'all, this baby, this, this baby is so funny. Messiah, he's so lovable, but he is hilarious at the same time and so smart. I'm talking like a supernaturally smart.
these stories are all too common.
Now, my daughter had 4 names,
America's number
and he has 4 names, and the first thing he says, well, my name's Messiah, but I got a lot of names. I got 4 of them, but I'm only going by Messiah. Y'all, he's so smart, though. Raised very well, very mannerable. You know he's a child of God already. It's so evident. All I can say is special. And all I can say is God does things. My brother told me, he said, sis, I know you wanted, well, my daughter's name is Mignon. He said, I know you wanted Mignon to, you know, do this. He said, but God blesses us how he sees fit.
For a free consultation, call 800-246-2755.
And he said, even though Mignon did not get to physically give birth to your grandchildren, they're still here.
There's nothing worse than losing your dog before their time.
And I was so locked into, you know, I wish my daughter was here. You know, I wish my daughter was here. And it would be perfect. But like my brother said, he said, God's still blessing you, sis. He said, Mignon is still with you, first of all. And he said, you're going to see that through your grandchildren. That's your legacy. And boy, was he right. Once I finally started coming through my daughter's passing away. Oh, my God. And then when I started spending time with Messiah, my oldest grandbaby,
Just around the corner. He is very gentle and very loving.
God just did something different.
Longtime friend and one-time fiance. Convinced of his innocence,
And the twins, I haven't been able to physically touch them yet.
during a call,
They're born on Valentine's Day. So 9 months old tomorrow. Let me get it right. I haven't been able to physically touch them. They are huge. When I say they some what we call big backs. They some big bag babies. They are adorable though.
attorney Kathleen Zellman was to
Twins now. Come on now. You can't tell me God ain't good. Come on. Who does that? Nobody but God. And they are beautiful. I'm not just saying, I promise you, when the time come, I'm gonna get on here and make a live. Do they yeah, well, they live nearby. They live where I live. Just imagine that it's like, yeah, suburbs. So I can be living in one city, but I can drive 15 minutes away or 30 minutes away or 45 minutes away or an hour. It's still the same almost county, but different cities. They live about, driving distance technically about 40, 45 minutes from me. But it's considered like a whole new city and county. Like even when my daughter passed away, I had to drive over to a whole city to get her death certificate. Like where we live, I could normally get up in 45 minutes, like if I left right now, and be at their house, and I had to drive almost an hour away just to get her death certificate because it's considered a different county. But where they are, well, they're still in that same vicinity. But I don't drive the freeway because you have to get on the freeway to get there. And the day that I drove when my daughter passed away, I didn't know she had passed away. So I have anxiety to drive that freeway. But my daughter's friend, she brings the children to me, but she hasn't been able to bring the twins because she's got an older child, and then she's got Messiah, and now 9-month-old twins. So it's not like she can just kind of like load them up. So my niece, my daughter's friend brought Messiah over when he was little. And then here recently, my niece brought Messiah over. And so now the twins, I haven't met them in person in the flesh because, I got to wait until, they're able to travel. Because you don't just load up. Well, people do. They got to go to the doctor and stuff. But, you loading up 4 children, maybe more. That's a little different. So when the time comes, but I get pictures of them. I get videos of them. And when I tell you, and that's why I say it's so much to it. And, it's like my brother said, Mignon, passed away before she could physically give birth to her children. But her children are my children, my grandchildren. And her friend is an excellent mom. And she teaches the children who my daughter is. Like, she's mom too, but she teaches, and that's why I couldn't ask for anything more. She teaches those children who their biological mom is and that she's mom too. And when they see a picture of my daughter, I say, "Who is that? Mama? Who is that? Mama?" They know they mama. I'm so grateful. And I'm still working on getting my strength up to be able to get on here and tell the story. Right now, I'm just trying to keep going. I'm just trying to keep going. Because I imagine my daughter being alive and here with my grandchildren, and she's not here in the flesh. But I do still have biological grandchildren that are absolutely amazing, and it's just that my daughter's not here. And that's so different. You know what? To me, it was like going through grief, losing my daughter quickly the way she died. Because the day she died was on my brother's birthday. So that's bittersweet. So first of all, she died on my brother's birthday. We had just talked to her like we always all call each other on our birthday. And my brother said he thought he was going to die that day. I thought it was going to be me because I was finna head out to, I'm going to tell you the truth, I was finna head to the liquor store. And I said, "Ooh, it's my brother's birthday, time to have a shot." I said, "Ooh, let me go to the store and get me a little bottle of vodka." And something said, "Don't go right now." And then I said, "What?" Some said, don't go. And so I sat back down in the bed And then I said, well, I need to go and go early and, get back. And then, when my brother get off work, we can all have a shot, because we all live long distance. So I'm like, well, let me go and go early. Go get my little bottle of vodka. And when everybody get home tonight, because we do FaceTime and, meet and duo and all that, And then salute and all that. So I said, let me go early. I said, ooh, then I can stop by Kroger's. I'm a grocery store fanatic. Or Aldi. Or Walmart. So some just said, don't go. I promise you. Within 30 minutes, my daughter's friend called. And my daughter's friend calls me Mama. And she said, Mama, I need you to come. And I said, what? And she said, well, Mignon passed out here at the house. And she's out here at so-and-so hospital. And I said, where? I said, what's going on? She said, I don't know. She just passed out and the ambulance came. So she gave me the hospital name. So I jumped up. Like when I'm sitting in the house, I have on an old t-shirt, some shorts, and no shoes on. And nothing. I jumped up the way I was, put on some flip-flops, and was out the door. And when I got 20 minutes down the road, my daughter's friend called and just said, Mama, she gone. I said, who gone? And then I just heard hollering and screaming. And then I dropped my phone in the car, and I was trying to pick it up. And I was like, who gone? And then I almost ran under a diesel truck, and I ran off to the side of the road. And then I'll never forget it. I had it on a Christian station. And all of a sudden, on the Christian station, there was an English channel. Somebody started singing in Spanish, and I promise to God on my life, they started saying, "Ah, da da vita, na da vita." And then I was looking down, like trying to get the phone. And then when I ran off almost under that diesel, and then I heard that Spanish song coming in, and I was like, how has my station changed? And it was a Spanish lady singing a Christian song in Spanish, and I knew some of the words because I do know a little Spanish. And the last thing I remember, I called my sister and I just said, I think my child has passed away. And my sister was like, what child? I said, my child, because I only had one living child. And then my sister just said, let me call you back. And after that, I finally made it to the hospital. And then the people was waiting on me. And then they just walked me around to a different area. And when I went in there and they were like, do you need for us to have someone? I said, no, I'm fine. And I walked in that room and she looked like, now my daughter was extremely tall. She was almost 5'9". And I'll never forget this sight. I walked in that room. She was on that table. She looked like she was about 6 feet tall. And I said, oh, she just sleep. And I threw my purse down. I said, oh, she just sleep. And then when I got up close on her, her eyes were open and they were just like looking. And then I just started rubbing her hair. My daughter had Cajun in her. She had the most beautiful hair. Her hair is like, well, we call it doll hair. Well, what black folk call good hair. My daughter had, all hair is good hair, but my daughter had, quote unquote, good hair. The most beautiful hair, like doll hair. So I just started rubbing her hair. And I noticed her hair had like kind of crinkled up, like right around her edges. And then I started rubbing it and it was different. And then like I kind of touched her and she was like a little bit cold. And then I said, oh, my baby is gone. And then I just asked my daughter's friend, I said, please take a picture. And I just took a picture with her. And then after that, everything just went into a tailspin. And it was horrific. It was just like I was in a dream, a horrific dream. And I didn't sleep for a whole week. And pretty much, to tell the truth, it was just horrific. I wouldn't wish it on nobody. To lose any loved one, but to lose a child. And I had mine for 33 years. But I'm glad that, I'm going to tell you how good God is. And then I'm going to move on for this because I don't want to be sad tonight. The Lord let it happen so quickly. The only thing is that it happened on my brother's birthday, so it's bittersweet. But the Lord didn't let her suffer. He took my baby right on. Even the minister that preached her funeral said that she was with the Lord within 1 minute. So I'm glad my baby didn't suffer. And like I said, now, I have grandchildren. I got grandchildren, biological grandchildren, and they are mine. And I'm blessed. I wish my daughter was here. She's here in spirit, though, and I know she's here. Because God gives me special things and lets me know. And I'm so grateful, and I'm grateful, like I said, my daughter's friend, they know mama, and they know mama. I couldn't ask for anything more. I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm very grateful. I'm very thankful. I love my daughter's friend. She's like a daughter too. Matter of fact, she calls me mama. And I love that. I love that, and I'm blessed. I'm very blessed. But God's a good God, and yeah. That's why I say don't take nothing for granted, and oh boy. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on off of here. Yes. I'm gonna go in and look at your community tab then. I'm gonna go check it out. Well, I'm gonna get on off of here. I've been on here almost an hour, and I didn't know I was gonna talk like this. I'm gonna go look at your community tab. I'm gonna go check it out. You have a wonderful night too, and thank you for coming in as usual. And I'm praying for your husband. You have a beautiful family. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your son, and enjoy your little girl. Enjoy those sweet pups too. Enjoy every waking moment with your husband. Kiss them every day. Love on them. Whatever you do, don't take them for granted. Nobody takes anybody for granted. It's just that we don't know till they gone. Love on them extra. Love on your mom extra. Love on your father-in-law. Everybody come around you, no matter what. Love them. Love them. And one day, Abby, I'm going to let you put some makeup on me. Look, I got to snap out of this. 'Cause I ain't going to be sad. Girl, one day I'm going to pull out my makeup and let you see what I got in here. Now, you got a whole store. You have a whole luxury store of makeup. And one day, girl, you never know. I said this to somebody. I kid you not. This is a true story. I was talking to somebody on YouTube one day. This was before my daughter passed away. And the young lady kept saying, thank you. You going to do my makeup? Okay, let me tell you this story. Remember this conversation. Now, I was before my daughter passed away, I was on YouTube, and I used to be on there doing my makeup and wigs and before and afters and get ready with me. I kid you not. You have to scroll down like 6 or 7 years back. But you will see on this channel, if you go down 6 or 7 years, I was doing get readies with me. I was coming in for work, putting on makeup, wigs, all kind of stuff. And I talked to this young lady one night. She said, I think you stay close to me. Now, mind you, we're on YouTube. She said, from the way you sound, and I was talking about my church one day, she said, I think you stay by me. Guess what? That young lady stayed 20 minutes away from me. I could not believe that. Out of all that time, she lived 20 minutes away from me. 20 minutes now. Been on YouTube for 3, 4 years talking. She would be like, oh, and she was a younger lady like you, and she would be like, you know what? No matter the age difference, you still look so pretty and you still take care of yourself. And, that's when I used to really take care of myself before my daughter passed away. But after that, I just kind of dropped off the face of the earth. But one day when I was talking about my church, and I was like, you should come to my church. I always invite everybody to my church. She was like, well, I'm going to come. And I said, well, maybe someday you can. She's like, well, where is it? I said the name of the church. She said, I'm not kidding you. She said, I live by that church. Now, mind you, we're on YouTube. I talked to people in New York, Kansas City, Jersey, California. And this young girl said, ma'am, she said, I'm serious. I think that I'm not that far from you because I know the name of your church. And she was right. Now that floored me and her. We had been communicating for 2 or 3 years. She's just watching my YouTube videos, and she was real attractive. She's really pretty, and I would say, well, where you get that wig? Where you get that makeup? We were about the same skin complexion, and then one day we got to add some stuff up. And when I said my church, she said, "Ma'am, I'm not kidding you. I think I live where you live," and a true story. And actually, that video is on here too. And I said, it can't be. And we confirmed. And lo and behold, she lived 20 minutes from me in my same city and state. And she came to my church. Oh, if I tell you, I met her, her husband, and her 2 children. That's crazy. On the, talking on YouTube for 2 or 3 years and don't even know you right here living by that person. So, Abby, when I say that I want you to do my makeup, you never know. Now, I do know that me and you live in totally different states. But you never know. Just like the Lord allowed me and that young lady to meet, and we didn't even know that we lived in the same city and state. You never know. But thank you for coming in, and thank you for being so kind, and cherish your family and save me some makeup. One day when you got some extra time, scroll way down in my videos. You got to go back about 6 or 7 years, and you'll see what I was doing then on my channel. A lot of cooking. Of course, my love for the Lord. I was doing makeup, wigs, dressing, coming in from work. You'll also see my daughter on here. The last video my daughter made. And it was actually made right before Mother's Day, before she passed away. And you can see her, and you can see my other daughter too, her friend. She's my daughter too. And we made the most amazing video. It's actually quite funny. They had got me a barbecue grill. I'll tell you that. Check out those videos. I'm going to tell you the one if you want to see my daughter. They got me, I'm saying something like Happy Mother's Day, and I got a barbecue grill for my birthday, and it's my daughter and her friend, and I call her my daughter too. And we had the most amazing time. This was before my children had come into the world, and my daughter was still alive. But if you want some history, one day scroll back, but you got to go way back 6 to 7 years, and you'll get a little history of who I am and who I was. You'll get to see my daughter. You'll get to see my daughter that has my children over here. My daughter's friend. She's my daughter too. And I love her so much. So, God gave me a bonus daughter. He's given me my nieces, and I'm blessed. But if you one day just want a little history and you want to see some real deal stuff, scroll back 6 or 7 years and watch a little of it. Just take your time, and then I think you'll see some stuff you like, and it'll tell you kind of who I am, now. Even though I lost a lot of me, but I've gained a lot of me too, and God is so good to me. God is good to me. I'm blessed. My grandchildren, my bonus daughter that's raising my grandchildren, my niece, she my bonus daughter too. My whole family, an amazing mother. My dad is gone, but I know he's with me in spirit. My daughter's spirit. I'm blessed. I can't, once I start coming through my grief, my nieces, nephew, I can't ask for nothing more. That's why I know God is real, and nobody can ever tell me, because I'm living it. And for me to still be alive and well, and not just surviving, but I'm thriving now. Even going through illness. And see, that's when I know the devil, try to mess you up, because when he think he can devastate you, God will allow things to happen. That happened to Job. I'm living the book of Job. But the Lord will right in front of the devil say, hey, look here. I'm living that. I didn't even think I would be here. I didn't want to be here. But I'm here. And God is good to me. I'm going to get on off here because I'm going to mess around and preach a sermon. But maybe you can do my makeup one day. So pick out some colors for me. My skin complexion in person is like a brown paper bag, but I'm like a sandy brown color. Like a brown paper bag like you get from the grocery store, but like a sandy light brown. Like for African American, we be like extremely light skin, medium light, medium brown, mid brown. We like, go all the way up on the spectrum. I'm like a brown paper bag. Okay, like peanut butter. I know what I'm like. I'm like coffee with quite a bit of cream. And I'm not yellow, but I got red undertones because I got that Cherokee Indian. So I'm one of them different kind of colors, like tapioca pudding, peanut butter with a little bit of extra something in it, or coffee with quite a bit of cream. That's the color that I am. I can't even describe it. I'm just unique. So pick me out some makeup that will fit me. And hey, the once you get my foundation, my base color down, we good. The rest don't matter. And I like dramatic eyelashes. I have very big eyes. I was teased as a kid, called frog eyes and all that. But now as an adult, they became my best assets. So I got the big eyes, but I like dramatic eyelashes. And I have little tiny lips, but I like to accentuate them with a little bit of liner. And that's why I love when you do your lipstick, girl. And you always have on a pretty red or like your fall colors. So pick out me something cute for that too. So basically, you're going to have to do my little restoration. I've been praying for God to give me a restoration and bring me back. And when I get on my feet, I'm going to get me some more wigs. And I've already scoped out about 100 wigs. I'm a wig fanatic. And I've already scoped out a place, and I want to get me about 100 wigs. So you can do my makeup, and you never know what God may do. We may be talking on here one day, and I see you at, your mom's ranch, and we talk on here and stuff. You never know. The Lord may say, hey, I'm going to put these two spirits together. And guess what we'll do? We can do a get ready with me, but we won't tell nobody. I'll pop up on your channel, or you pop up on mine, and then we'll just upload it. Two kindred spirits. But thank you for always being so kind. Insta magnetic lashes, buxom lippies, shadows by boss. The lipstick, you know what I gotta get through? I watched your last, nope, not your last one, the one before that. I got 2 more to catch up though. So I'm gonna go check out those, because you have some amazing products. That's why you've got the products for a store. I'm talking like like you go in a mall and they've got a whole specialty store. You've got some products that, I don't know what all you do with it online. I know you do some giveaways, but you've got some products that are like makeup heaven. Makeup heaven. You've got some, and your reviews are excellent. I like the way you talk about, sometimes when you go in there and get the dupes and stuff, they're not the same. Or sometimes, you give the ins and outs of all of it. And I like that, because it lets, the customer know, oh, I'm glad I didn't check that out. Or if it's like, oh, I do need to check that out. Or even affordable things like Dollar Tree or Walmart or Amazon, all of that. You give things that are, even the high-end stuff. You give everything, even the fragrances that I didn't even know about. Stuff that, some people, if you don't shop all the time, like I haven't shopped in a long time because I haven't felt like it, and I haven't had the means to do it either. now, like even when you told me about some perfume at Five Below, I was like, what? So I'm telling you, you've got a gold mine. You're sitting on a gold mine, but God gonna do something for you. He's already in the works for it, and amazing. And what I do love is when Elizabeth comes in there, she put on her little makeup too, and that just makes me remember my daughter. I'd be like, wow, these are the golden moments. Amazing. Let me get on off here because you know I got a talking problem. I have talking syndrome. But hey, thank you so much for coming in, and I enjoyed you, and I enjoy your videos, and I enjoy your company, and thank you. And I'm praying for your husband, and I'm praying for you, and you're an amazing wife, mother, and everything. So keep it up. Keep it up. You're doing an amazing job. All right, I'm going to go over here, and who knows, I might pop back up later, but I'm going to go relax. Good night. Oh, great big hug to you, too. Thank you, dear. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Tell Elizabeth, and y'all give me one of them pups. Give me one of those little chihuahuas. They're so cute. All right, have a wonderful, blessed night.